Hello, YouTube. How y'all doing tonight? I hope you're doing very well. All of you beautiful kings and queens. We are talking about Donald Trump, the one that wants to be king so bad, but he doesn't qualify to be a king. What he qualifies to be is behind jail cell bars. That's what he qualifies to do. Hello, everyone. As you come in, please hit that like button. I am Queen Lillie, and welcome to my live. We got a lot to cover. It's so many subjects, and you will receive different point of views from different people of what is going on in our country today. So when you hear things, it may seem like it's repetitive, but it's actually not. They're just giving a point of view. So the most devastating thing that's going on right now, yes, of course, the Epstein files. But the most devastating thing that is happening right now is the White House is being demolished for Donald Trump to have his $250 million ballroom, while the taxpayers are going without food right now, or having to budget in ways they never have done before. Skip a bill, but make sure you get some food and get some food for your children. That is what is happening right now in our great country. Is it the Annabella, the plantation that burned up in, was it Louisiana, New Orleans, or whatever? What happened to that? I honestly wish it would happen to the plantation home on Pennsylvania Avenue. Y'all know what I'm talking about. The Antebellum dolls supposedly have done that to that plantation where they made it into a wedding venue and a nice hotel or whatever. It burned down. Burn, baby, burn. Burn, baby, burn. That's how I feel. And what hurts the most, but then I had to think about it may be a blessing in disguise to Black people. Donald Trump is destroying the hard work of Black slaves, of Black people that built that Oval Office. He wants to take that White House and make it into his home because Donald Trump does not plan on leaving that White House. But Donald, you're going to DIE, boom, soon. And I'm going to spit on your grave. A lot of Black people should be pissed about what's going on. Our people built that. Some brown people came along later and helped out, but it was our people, they blood, sweat, and tears and whips across their back that built that White House that that mediocre white man lives in, Donald Trump. It's a shame and a scandal. Doesn't all this remind you of the TV show Scandal? It sure reminds me of it. And I thank God and I pray to God I live to see Donald Trump get punished. He needs to be punished in so many ways. He needs to be punished for his crimes and his sins. That's a double whammy. We all should spit on his grave. Y'all ever watched that movie series, I Spit on Your Grave? I like to be honest. I love it. I love watching that. Every movie made 1, 2, 3, whatever it was. I love it. Hello, King Allen. How you doing? Hello, Maurice Thomas. How you doing? Hello, King Maurice. How you doing? Hello, Queen Sweet Lady. Let's eat. How you doing? Hello, everybody. As you come in, please hit that like button. If you'd like to donate to my channel, you can send me super chats and super stickers. Also, in my description is my Venmo and my PayPal link. You can donate to my channel that way as well. I have memberships, 2 different kinds of memberships. I have the Rubies membership for $4.99, and I have the Diamonds membership for $9.99. Become a member. You won't regret it. The members get things that regular subscribers do not get to see. Members also get to see things a lot of times firsthand before anyone else gets to see it. Hello, King Wilbert. Oh, King Allen said, I pee on it. Yes, while you pee on it, I spit on it, and I Holy Ghost dance on it. I'm going to take it old school. I'm a Holy Ghost dance on his grave. So we're going to go ahead and get started, you guys. We're going to listen to something about Mike Johnson. He got sued today. Hallelujah. Let's get started.
MAGA Mike Johnson just got served with a massive lawsuit as he was leaving the House of Representatives. They were gaveling out, shutting down the House of Representatives for yet another day. And Adelita Grijalva, the Democratic Congresswoman-elect for Arizona's 7th Congressional District, well, a lawsuit was filed on her behalf by the Attorney General of Arizona, Chris Mays, against MAGA Mike Johnson, against the MAGA Republicans for refusing to swear in Congresswoman-elect Adelita Grijalva, as MAGA Mike Johnson and the Republicans in Congress do not want that 218 signature on the discharge petition that could result in the release of the Epstein files. Congresswoman-elect would be that 218th signature.
Be sure to subscribe to Midas Touch Network, please. Subscribe to Midas Touch Network. Anything that I show you on my channel is fair use, great for educational purpose, great for research purpose, and great entertainment. And I always throw a dab of comedy in there. I want to make you smile. I want to make you laugh. That's why I'm here. We will continue. So the J6ers, they are dangerous and they are maniacs. What am I talking about? This is from Richmond Times-Dispatch. January 6 rioters who smashed windows inside Capitol charged in Henrico burglary. Just a moment. Hold on. So I'm going to show y'all different things that they're talking about. The J6ers, what they have done. These people are very dangerous. Watch your backs. You see them coming. Just go your way. And if you got a pow, if they're trying to harm you, you have a right to defend yourself against these dangerous people in our country. Zachary Allen, J6er, dangerous. Daniel Ball, J6er, whose case was tossed after Trump pardon, arrested on pending weapons charge. This is Daniel Ball. He is a J6er. They are dangerous people in our country. Enrique Torrero, ex-Proud Boys leader, arrested outside the U.S. Capitol. Dangerous. Kevin Loftus, Capitol riot who tried to join Russian army, is sentenced to prison for probation violation. Dangerous. These mediocre white men are a danger to anybody in this country, in this world. We're going to move along. Those are a couple of the J6ers that are very dangerous. Trump even pardoned some of them. Trump only liked criminals. White criminals at that. If you white and Donald Trump's sick, pathetic, twisted freak mind, you're not a criminal because your skin. Honey, the law doesn't say your skin keeps you from going to prison. So what happened in Louisiana? What happened to the White House, the original slave plantation? Take a listen and pay attention closely, because Donald Trump made a statement August the 13th, 2025, that he would not destroy any parts of the White House. He would not demolition. But what does Donald Trump do? October the 20th, 2025, he has started demolition in the White House for his great white ballroom. Would be tackied out and ghetto out and gold trimming everywhere.
Bones are so good. The bones of a building. If you don't have the bones, you might as well forget it. I'm working on another building, a thing called the White House. We're fixing it up so beautifully. It needed it. It's been many, many years since it's been properly taken care of. It's incredible. One of the great places of the world. Maybe, I mean, truly, to me, is there anything else even close? The bones are so good.
Donald Trump, the White House is not your house, Smelly. The White House is the people's house, the American people. It was built by black slaves and other brown people that came along. People of color built that White House. Your children and you didn't lay anything, not one brick. All you have done is laid your fat, smelly, orange self in that bed and allegedly been pooping all in the bed at night. That's what's happening in America. Hold on, y'all. This stupid thing popped up. I'm not... How do I get it off the screen? Hold on. Something... Hold on, y'all. I don't know how to get this off my screen. It's this question thing they send. Oh, God. How do I remember? Can y'all see me? Let me know if you can see me. It's the stupid question thing on my screen. There we go. I'm putting it in. Okay. Sorry, y'all. This questionnaire thing popped up on my screen. So we're going to continue. How y'all doing today? King Allen says at Fox Tucky, if he lives there long, but we didn't feel the need to storm the Capitol. That's right. Donald Trump is taken from you all, but y'all ain't storming the White House. Nancy Pelosi hadn't done anything to you, nor did Mike Pence. He was doing his job as the vice president. And y'all was threatening to unalive that man, hang him, lynch him how y'all have done black people. And you continue to do it to black people. Your souls are rotten and your butt is funky. You weren't raised right. You need to blame your mama for that. See, when black people was raising y'all, y'all was better children. So now we're going to listen to some New York residents defend street vendor getting harassed by ICE. ICE are bullies. They were people that didn't get in Putin till they probably got about 40 years old and they had to pay for it from a hook on the side of the road. ICE is J6ers, KKK members, and some of the Proud Boys and just losers.
This is New York. We don't welcome nobody like this over here. Washed up. Oh. This is New York. It's New York. We are in New York. We are in.
They are trying to target this black man that's vending outside in New York. ICE like to harass black and brown people. Don't you know that our military vets and people in the military and other federal workers are not getting paid? But guess who's getting paid? ICE. Donald Trump made sure that funk bot Kristi Noem that had all that work done on her face and her body, they're making sure they get paid. But our military receives zero pay right now. And the federal workers, they work hard for our country, are getting zero pay because of the fat orange man that if you roll him over, he's going to roll around like a rolling bowling pin because he made up, effed up, bad body built Donald Trump. So we're going to watch more of the demolition that Donald Trump is doing to our country. Fair use.
Everything that motherfucker touches dies. Look what he's already done to the White House. Holy fucking shit. He paved over Jackie's Rose Garden and turned it into fucking Mar-a-Lago. And now he's destroying the White House for a goddamn ballroom he's never gonna fucking dance in. Jesus Christ, look at this shit.
Donald Trump will be dead and gone before that ballroom is complete.
Touches, dies. Look
and we're going to dance on his parade, on his grave. Have a big parade.
Fucking shit. He paved over Jackie's Rose Garden and turned it into fucking Mar-a-Lago. And now he's destroying the White House for a goddamn ballroom he's never gonna fucking dance in. Jesus Christ, look at this shit. Everything that motherfucker touches dies.
Everything Donald Trump touches is destroyed. Dr. Phil, his whole career is destroyed. Mayor Giuliano, his whole career destroyed. And two beautiful black women out of Atlanta, Georgia took all his money, honey. Everything he owned, all the way to that beautiful old Mercedes that he owned, an antique vintage Mercedes, gone. His watch, Rolex, gone. The pillow guy. His career gone. He had to kiss it bye-bye. He attached his wagon to Donald Trump's fat, wide, grandma-looking butt, and his life has been destroyed. More on the demolition of Trump.
Is literally tearing down the government and tearing down the House. Regular folks are going to be too poor, too sick to dance in this ballroom. It is meant, like his administration, for billionaires and those who will pay $1 million for a pardon for Medicaid fraud. This isn't his house. It is our White House. It is our democracy. This picture tells it all. Trump is literally
Again, and I will probably make this statement a couple of times on my live. Donald Trump has no intention of leaving that White House where God will remove him. God will remove him before he will go behind those bars where he needs to be locked up in a prison cell for the rest of his funky life. Donald Trump, if we can't get him out of there, God gonna get him out of there. Take him, Lord. Take him real quick and soon. We need him gone. More on Trump loves criminals. He loves to pardon criminals. You know why he like criminals? Because once he get them out, they owe him. Maybe they paying. I don't know. It's been alleged. I don't know. Or is it that he look at it in the long run, they owe him? Well, he just made pardon P. Diddy. They both nasty boys. Bad boys for life.
Diddy and Trump. Trump and Diddy. What in the Diddy is happening over at the White House? Because there are reports that President Trump is considering pardoning or commuting the sentence of Sean Diddy Combs. TMZ reported that. Now the White House is saying, no, they should have contacted us before they aired their breaking fake news or their fake news. And so they're denying the report. And then TMZ is saying, we stand by our report. Now, no organization is perfect, but TMZ rarely gets it wrong. You never know. But if the Trump administration is denying it, they're so vehemently denying it, I'm just saying they've denied shit before. Turned out it was true. Diddy and Trump. Trump and Diddy.
Well, let's just say this. If Diddy is back out walking the streets, we know the criminal that's sitting behind the resident desk in the Oval Office, let him out. Set that monster free. Donald Trump is a monster, so he likes monsters. Donald Trump is a criminal, so of course he likes Diddy. Donald Trump's first wife claimed that he RAPED'd her, and then she tried to roll it back after it was already written in the book. P. Diddy, it has been said the same thing about his nasty self. Again, ICE is dangerous. Keep your eyes open. Be vigilant, black and brown people. This lady in this vehicle is pregnant, y'all. A pregnant woman is in this vehicle with her children. ICE is dangerous. They are bullies, abusive to the American people and our immigrants. This is what ICE is doing to pregnant women and children.
Hey, you can't do that. There's a child.
You hear the mother screaming, there's a child? A pregnant woman with her children in her vehicle. And that is what ICE is doing in our country. This is our country. It belongs to us, the American people. It does not belong to Donald Trump. It does not belong to ICE. Donald Trump and ICE are bullies. ICE is nothing but people running around in mass bullying other people because they got bullied when they was children. They never was brave enough now, so now they wear a mask. They feel brave. You're not strong men. You're wussies with a P-U-S-S-Y across your mouth.
Multiple American Air Force pilots are in military prison right now for refusing to fly to Israel and aid them with military gear that is going to go to Gaza to kill Palestinians. I posted a video about it. They went to prison. They were arrested because they refused. They told their commanders, we will not fly this mission. They went to jail for refusing to aid Israel. These people give an oath to America. They pledge loyalty to America, the United States military. If you say no to helping a foreign government, if you say no to helping Israel, you are giving an oath to Israel now because they are in prison. They might be kicked out of the military and might serve prison time for refusing to help Israel. It is disgusting. It is gross. Check out the video. I posted it. Comment your thoughts. Multiple American Air Force pilots.
Our Air Force pilots took an oath to protect and serve the American Constitution, not Israel. Israel ain't even suffering right now. The American people are. Donald Trump has provided them where they don't have to worry about food. They don't have to worry about anything. They have free health care because of Donald Trump. Our country is going down bad. But Donald Trump is providing for Israel and Argentina, and they got free health insurance. They're not stressed out about how they're going to pay for food, how they're going to pay rent and mortgage. But the American people are. I grant this much to MAGA. Trump has kept his promise to run America like he has ran his countries. Shut down with unpaid workers and blaming everyone but him fat self. Trump blames everyone but his fat self for what is happening in this country. He's blaming the Democrats for the shutdown. No, is it the Republican shutdown? Y'all heard Marjorie Taylor Greene even state it is the Republican shutdown. The Democrats are not running the House nor the Senate, and you got a big fat Republican. Donald Trump is not really a Republican. No, he's not even Democrat. Donald Trump is the monster, the Antichrist sitting in the Oval Office, in my opinion. So, Grinder Mike Johnson has been sued by the state of Arizona. Yes, the government of Arizona sued Magic Mike. Let's take a listen. And this comes from the great Aaron Partners. One moment, please.
We have bombshell news right now. Mike Johnson, your time is up. Mike Johnson has officially been sued by Arizona Attorney General Chris Mays and Congresswoman-elect Adelita Grijalva from Arizona's 7th Congressional District because Mike Johnson has failed to swear in Grijalva into her office. Why? Because of the Epstein files. I want to break down
the like button, please. Thank you.
Literally minutes ago, and could change the game for how Adelita Grijalva is sworn in and when she is sworn in. To give you some background, Adelita Grijalva is the Congresswoman-elect from Arizona's 7th Congressional District. She won her race in a special election to replace her father, the late Raul Grijalva, in a special election in Arizona a month ago. That election has since been certified by Arizona's governor and Arizona's Secretary of State and the Board of Elections. It's been over 3 weeks since Grijalva won her race, and Mike Johnson has refused to swear her in. Why? Because she would be signature number 218 on a discharge petition to force a vote of the House of Representatives to release the Epstein files. And today, Adelita Grijalva, joining Chris Mays, filed this lawsuit in the United States District Court for the District of Columbia. And they filed it seeking to expedite the swearing in of Adelita Grijalva. It's a 17-page lawsuit, and it was filed minutes ago against the United States House of Representatives, Kevin McCumber, the clerk of the House of Representatives, and William McFarland, the Surgeon at Arms in his official capacity. The lawsuit begins, I'm going to read you some portions, by saying this case is about whether someone duly elected to the House who indisputably meets the constitutional qualifications of the office may be denied her rightful office simply because
hey, Queen
the
Victorious
Speaker
one.
has
Good night,
to
Queen.
keep the House out of, quote, regular session. Now, This lawsuit is seeking essentially for the court to say, you know what? If Mike Johnson won't swear Grijalva in, then anyone who can administer an oath can swear her in. The lawsuit goes on to say if the speaker were granted that authority, he could thwart the people's choice of who should represent them in Congress by denying them representation for a significant portion of the 2-year term provided by the Constitution. Fortunately, the Constitution does not give that authority to the speaker or anyone else. Rather, the Constitution leaves the House without authority to exclude any person duly elected by his constituents who meet all requirements for membership expressly prescribed in the Constitution. Indeed, as Speaker Johnson explained this weekend when answering a hypothetical question about the election of a member of his own party, that's our system. If the people duly elect a representative,
King Larry
then we will
Smith.
welcome them into the body. That would be the job of Speaker. That is what Speaker Johnson said earlier this week. On September 23rd, now just under a month ago, Adelita Grijalva won in Arizona's 7th Congressional District. The election was not close. She won with over 68%.
Hey, Queen
And the
Nicole.
outcome of the election is not in dispute, and neither are Grijalva's qualifications to serve. Even Speaker Johnson, as the lawsuit has noted, has acknowledged Grijalva meets the qualifications and is duly elected to serve in the House of Representatives. Now, here's the thing. The United States Constitution does not specify who administers the oath of office, only that incoming representatives must
Thank
take
you,
it.
Omega.
And while Speaker Johnson, as alleged in this lawsuit, has been in the Capitol during this time and has not identified any reason that he or a designee could administer the oath to Ms. Grijalva, Speaker Johnson has not identified any valid reason for refusing to promptly seat Ms. Grijalva. Here we go. Instead, on information and belief, Speaker Johnson wishes to delay seating Ms. Grijalva to prevent her from signing a discharge petition that would force a vote on the release of the Epstein files and or to strengthen his hand in the ongoing budget and appropriations negotiations. Big news right there. Defendants' refusal to promptly seat Ms. Grijalva and to treat her as a member of the House likewise injures the state of Arizona, which is denied the number of representatives prescribed.
Hello,
by
David.
law.
Counter us.
This is significant. So let
Hi,
me break down what
King.
they're
Hey,
asking
Queen
for.
Lillie.
They're asking for a court in the District of Columbia to essentially say, if Mike Johnson won't swear Grijalva in, then anyone who could swear someone in can do so. What that would mean is essentially a judge, for example, could swear in Adelita Grijalva. Right? Like anyone who has the power to administer.
We're not going to be able to watch his whole video. One monkey don't stop no show. Mike Johnson, you're being sued. And if they have to, they will have a judge to swear in Adelita. That is beautiful news, you guys. A judge will have to swear her in because Mike Johnson, because he has his nose down in Donald Trump's pissy depends, he refused to swear her in. Well, just in April of this year, 2025, the next day, he swore in his constituents for the Republican Party with no hesitation. But when it comes to our beautiful brown sister Alita, he would not swear her in because she will be number 218 to sign for the Epstein files to get released. Mike Johnson is doing the work of the devil, the Antichrist Donald Trump. His goal is to keep those Epstein files from being released because there are several Republicans that's in Congress that is in those Epstein files. Mr. Nasty Man Donald Trump, he's all over the Epstein files. The America's house that my ancestors built is being destroyed by a madman who wears a diaper.
Has been destroyed. And by the way, not by communists and not by some foreign enemy. It's actually being torn apart for Trump's $250 million ballroom that you're going to pay for out of your tax dollars. And mind you, this comes at a time when more than 60% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. While over 100 million Americans Americans are uninsured or underinsured, which means that they have health insurance but are afraid to go see a doctor because of the medical bill. While literally millions, 42 million people to be exact, are at risk of losing their food stamps in November because Trump shut
November
the government
1st.
down. Well, there are literally no jobs, given the fact that the unemployment rate is now 4.3%, which is the highest in nearly 4 years. Even threatening to censor and revoke licenses from news organizations that criticize him. And he's even deploying the military to take over American cities. Now, let me ask you something. Remember when Trump called Kamala a communist dictator? That's literally what he's doing right now. Everything that he told you to fear about communism, he's doing it. So while the White House gets its golden ballroom, I need you to ask yourself, who's really destroying America? It was never about protecting you from communism. It was about making sure that you didn't notice when they became the thing that they told you to fear. The White House has been destroyed. And by the way, not by communists and...
The White House is being destroyed by Donald Trump. And all he's going to do is inlay that tacky gold all over the place. Plated gold at that. ICE pulled a pow-pow out on a pregnant woman. ICE is endangering our lives. He looks like a J6er. He's missing most of his top teeth from his mouth. Pay attention to this video. You know it's a J6er because he's missing most of his teeth in the top. MAGA, you know, they got bad teeth and booty dudes. Pay close attention.
You're gonna shoot a pregnant woman?
Look at his mouth. He's missing his teeth. MAGA.
You just fucking put a gun on it.
He put a gun on a pregnant woman.
Call the cops.
Hit the like button, please.
This piece of shit of a man just pointed a gun at a fucking pregnant woman. Right there. Right there. I was going through this at. What are you talking about? My son is in the car too.
Her son will be traumatized.
You seen it?
ICE is traumatizing children too. Every day I ask my Lord and Savior, God, are you going to continue allowing Donald Trump and ICE to do what they're doing to your children? A storm is going to come. That White House will be destroyed. Yes, Donald Trump is doing demolition, but black people, yes, our ancestors built that place, but it's time for that plantation home to go. A storm is coming, Donald Trump. You won't have that ballroom. Either you're not going to live to see it, or you will not get to enjoy it in any way or any form. Boy, when the storm is coming, come storm, come. Trump promised he would not destroy any of the White House. Like I said, I'm going to show you some things from different perspectives of other people, so you may feel repetitive, but that is okay. Deal with it. It's my show.
It won't interfere with the current building. It'll be near it, but not.
Hit the like button, please.
And pays total respect to the existing building, which I'm the biggest fan of. It's my favorite. It's my favorite place. I love it. But it won't interfere with the current building.
But look at what he's doing to the current building, tearing it down.
Not touching it. And pays total respect to the existing building, which I'm the biggest fan of. It's my favorite. It's my favorite place. I love it.
Only thing his favorite, son, he can put in that fat face and eat. Food is his favorite thing. Running around wearing a girdle and a diaper. Boy, you know you funky. So, No Kings update. 22 MAGA arrests for attacking No Kings in Ohio, Kentucky, California, South Carolina, North Carolina, Missouri, Oregon, Florida, Virginia, Texas, and Pennsylvania. Yes, the only people that was arrested was MAGA people. 0 arrests for the American citizens out there protesting in the No Kings protests. The only people that were arrested was MAGA. 22 MAGA protesters. 0 No King protesters were arrested. So who's the bad guy? Oh, we already know because y'all went to the Capitol building and tore it up and said it's patriotic. You are a damn lie and you're raggedy like your boss, Donald Trump. The Americans' House, that my ancestors built is being destroyed by a mediocre white man who wears a diaper.
We're now getting in new footage of Donald Trump's demolition of the East Wing of the White House so that he could build this 90,000 square foot, $250 million Mar-a-Lago-style ballroom. And because the White House clearly knows how bad this looks, I mean, they are even telling people in the Treasury Department, for example, to not share anything about the demolition, to not post any photos, to not speak about it. I am going to share this video with you, and I hope you spread it far and wide.
This is a different point of view. What we have not seen yet.
Check it out.
This is a different angle we have not seen yet. This is Donald Trump doing demolition to the White House when he said he would not do anything to affect the structure and the bones of the White House, that he would not demolition anything at the White House. But the fat liar is doing just that. Compulsive liar, Donald Trump. So let's take a listen to our sister and our girl, Christina Talks T. That's with the letter T. Go to YouTube and subscribe to her channel and Instagram and follow her.
Well, well, well. I've got another hot cup of tea. I guess you could say the kettle is whistling, baby. Allow me to not even speak on this. I'll just show you a clip. Yes, enjoy your clip and take a sip, because the Special Charlie Kirk Honorary Recognition has been withdrawn by the Air Force Academy Board. And this is according to military.com, boo. After Daddy put on that big show for everyone to see that day at the White House to posthumously give Charlie that award, baby. Now it's been revoked and withdrawn. Hell, even his little hoe came up to play and shed a few false tears for that award for Charlie. And now it's no more. You see, because our military just so happens to be Antifa, baby. The father of Antifa himself, I guess you could say, would be Uncle Sam. Right? And well, Uncle Sam don't give awards to Nazis or their whores. Well, well, well. I've got another.
Well, Donald Trump married a ho-ho-ho in a Merry Christmas who was given the Einstein visa. And you only get there, you have done something great and you have great intelligence, high intelligence. Let's say, for example, Serena Williams, one of the best tennis players ever in this country. Melania Trump come from the dark side of the world. Some may say a streetwalker. Some may say a false Victoria's Secret model that never walked the runway ever. Donald Trump made up the lie that his wife was a supermodel. Honey, Naomi Campbell don't even know that ho-ho-ho in a Merry Christmas. Now, Naomi Campbell is the supermodel. There's nobody bigger. Giselle is a supermodel. They don't know Melania Trump. She ain't never walked runway. She walked on Donald Trump's DICK, but not a runway. Trash box Trump. Yes, trash box Trump. If anything, the American people are owed money from you, because he claiming that, you know, he's owed money. You tortured us daily with your chaos, face, your voice, etc. You have brought hell into our lives.
We got breaking news right now. Donald Trump is demanding that the Justice Department pays him $230 million for the
He's grifting this country till we are broke.
Investigations and the criminal charges
hit the like button, please.
Over the past several years. The New York Times now reporting on this possible bombshell ethical conflict here, because the people in charge of the Justice Department are Donald Trump's former personal attorneys, like Todd Blanche. And they'd be the ones that determine whether or not the DOJ pays out this massive settlement to Trump. Trump is trying to move through administrative proceedings to get $230 million of your taxpayer dollars to him personally. That will likely could go to his ballroom, could go to his presidential library, a whole host of things. But why? Because he thinks that he was wrongfully essentially investigated, accused, charged, etc. And well, we'll see if the DOJ agrees to this, but your taxpayer dollars may be going to the President of the United States soon. Spread the word, subscribe to my Substack link in bio to support my work, follow along for more. We've got breaking news right now,
Donald Trump ain't owed SHIT. He owed the prison bars. That's what he's owed. He's owed to be in a grave beside his first wife. And I wonder what he has hidden in her casket. And we're going to hear a little something from the funky, look like a virus, RFK Jr. His voice sounds like he has gonorrhea in the throat.
You know, one of the things that you write so beautifully, and your stuff is so fun to read, but you write about Trump.
He's so gross.
Well, the way that you build a truly vicious nationalist movement is to wed a relatively small core of belligerent idiots to a much larger group of opportunists and spineless fellow travelers whose primary...
Okay, yeah, I can only take so much of him. So it said, unearthed audio of RFK Jr. He calls Trump and his supporters outright Nazis. See, Donnie thinks that everybody likes him. No, they don't like you. They talk about you behind your back. But I can only take so much of his voice because it makes me itch. So RFK is talking smack behind Donnie's back. They don't like you, boy. I don't like you. The world hates you, Donald Trump. So breaking, Trump supporter arrested for attempting to commit a mass powwowing at the airport.
News, a 49-year-old Trump supporter named Billy Joe Cagel has been arrested for attempting to commit a mass unaliving at an airport. He's facing multiple charges, including terroristic threats, possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony, criminal attempt to commit aggravated assault, and possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. Family members contacted Cartersville police after seeing threats made by this guy on his social media accounts. The Cartersville Police Department alerted the Atlanta Police Department around 9:40 a.m. Monday and shared a photo of him. Police say he entered the terminal at 9:31 a.m. and had been inside for around 20 minutes before officers spotted him. Then they arrested him at 9:54 a.m. less than 15 minutes after being notified of the threats. Here's a look at the guy, and as you can tell, usual suspects, right? He previously posted Trump messaging about the 2020 election, not a trans, not an immigrant. This guy was a convicted felon, not legally allowed to own a firearm in the first place, but he still had one in his truck and enough ammunition to cause mass devastation. Thankfully, the police were able to stop this radicalized far-right Republican from committing an atrocity. But unfortunately, millions of other Americans are consuming the exact same type of rhetoric that this guy did. Breaking news, a 49-year-old Trump supporter...
Be sure to subscribe to Uniting Now. Go to YouTube, subscribe to him, go on Instagram, and give him a follow. Watch as many of his videos as you can. Be sure to like them, please. So we're going to listen to something that our girl Christina Talks has to say about the MAGA Republican Party. The Misfits.
Well, I gotta say, Tuesday is becoming my favorite day for tea because there's always something in the brew that's quite spicy. Now, this particular cup of tea, I was gonna pour it for you last week. But you know how I do, boo. Sometimes I let it marinate a bit because I know there's gonna be more to it. And today we have that extra bit of tea in this pot, honey. Yes, we do. Last week, Tucker Carlson had a few things to say about today's Republican Party in D.C. and how they like to play. Oh, yes, honey. You see, Tucker Carlson just had to confess that the Republican Party is not quite the same up there these days. He said they like to party in a certain kind of way. Orgies.
Hey, King Yaya.
And that's what Tucker had to say. With his full
Hey,
fucking throat
Queen,
and
the
chest,
quiet
too.
one. Hey,
He said he
beautiful.
doesn't even recognize the Republican Party anymore with all their orgies. You don't say. Oh, Tucker. Everybody's up there on the hill playing Who's the Fucker? Yes. Throw your keys in the bowl. If you know, you know. Apparently, the Republican Party is now the swing party, baby. And the new tea that's in the brew has to do with the orange dude, the aides in the White House, and that guy from Project 2025. Oh my, Russ Vaught. You see, Russ recently had a divorce, and apparently he's been quite lonely as of late. Nobody to play with Ross, they say. So Daddy Dumpy Pants has took it upon himself to play matchmaker, and he started harassing his aides to throw some love Ross's way. Yes, baby. Daddy Dumpy Pants has been really, really busy. Not actually trying to get the government shutdown to go away, not trying to provide health care for the US of A, not trying to lower the price of your groceries today. Oh no, baby. He's busy trying to get his buddy laid. Makes that ballroom that's about to come into view easier to see exactly which kind of parties Daddy intends on throwing. Doesn't it, baby? Yes. Maybe some of those throw your keys.
So apparently Tucker Carlson said that there's orgies going on at the White House. I can believe it, because Elon Musk was living there with Donald Trump, and I think they shared knee pads. Let me tell you something I know about white men in the town I'm from. They're nasty. And I'm not saying every white man, but most white men, I would say 75% are twisted freaks. They have wives, but they friends, they get on their knees for each other. They peg each other. Peg, you get what I'm saying? One bend over and take it in the bun. Then they go home to their wives, pretend everything is okay, kiss their children, take a shower, and go to bed. May even get with their wives after they've been with another man. Mike Johnson loves eggplant. Donald Trump, I watched him look at black men. In my opinion, he has a liking for black men. The guy that's over the urban department, he lusts after him. When he would have met with our governor, Westbrook, I think that's his name, did you not see how Donald Trump was watching him? Oh, he hates black people, but he lusts after black men. He laid up with some black women, so he owed them reparations. And any black man that he getting googly-eyed for, he owes them reparations too. See, Donald Trump picked people for his cabinet that are twisted freaks like him. Not only has it been said they like touching children, they are in the Epstein house. So we're going to get a point of view from Christina Talks Tea about the ballroom at the White House.
Well, it's Tuesday, baby, and there's a whole lot of tea in the brew today, so allow me to pour you a few cups in this one video. I've got things I gotta do. The weather's getting cooler, you see, and I want a homemade pot of chili, so I'll be in the kitchen expeditiously after this cup of tea. Now, first let's get to the ballroom, shall we? Because it's illegal in every kind of way. You see, Daddy Dumpy Pants would require congressional approval. Yes, dear. And well, we all know the government shut down today. Even Creepy Peepy refuses to get up there on the hill and play because he don't want those files on display. So Daddy's breaking the law, and he knows he's breaking the law in a big, big way because he come out to say to those that sit over there at the Treasury that keep snapping the photos of the demolition baby to stop taking photos of his illegal activities. Too late, Daddy. The photos are already on the interwebs and in the everwheres, and they ain't going nowhere. Okay? Okay. But either way, I guess it's plain for everybody to see today that he's trying to reconstruct DC in his image like a king or a dictator, while the people are starving in the streets. He thinks the most important thing he should be doing today is building arcs in ballrooms and patios, private clubs. Last time I checked, that was the people's house, baby, and ain't shit up there should be a private club for anyone, honey. There's not a law in the books as of today that I don't think he's broken some kind of way. I mean, I could file a report for indecent exposure just because I have to look at him on my TV with his asshole and his nussy on full fucking display. I feel violated today. Put your fucking nussy away. Anyway. But yes, they lied straight to our face. When he got up there behind that microphone, and so did Crack-A-Line, Leave It Alone, and Going Home, the bullshit Bobby, they swore up and down, baby, that that new ballroom would not affect the existing infrastructure of the White House. But apparently, they needed to tear down the East Wing. Yes, the First Lady's wing, as a matter of fact. But when it comes to the orange buffoon, we already know he don't give a shit about a lady, dear. He has no respect for women, no matter their age. Even when they're 13, he thinks it's okay to violate them. On any given day. Right? Right. I mean, just think about it this way, dear. When you rent a property, do you have permission to tear down a wall? When you go to a vacation property, are you allowed to tear down a wall? No, you will find yourself inside of a courtroom being charged with destruction of private property, dear. If you want to build yourself a ballroom or a patio, take your ass back down to Brokeback Mar-a-Lago. That don't belong to you. That's the people's house. But you know, the Republicans on the Hill, they're nothing more than knickknacks, baby. They don't have a job anymore. Daddy just does whatever he wants to. Null and void is Congress today. All of them. Baby, they don't have a job anymore. He's a king and a dictator, and apparently he don't need congressional approval to do shit. Not even spend funds, hon. He just opens up that purse whenever the fuck he feels like it. And as far as that ballroom only being $200 million, turns out it's $250 million, dear. As far as it being only for 650 individuals, now it's grown to 90,000 square feet and will hold 999 of Daddy's closest friends for a Diddy party. Ain't that something? And I just want to remind everybody today, while he's up there telling you this, all of these were donations from rich people in this nation to build said ballroom. I just want to remind you that there just so happens to be a Venmo account for the government, honey. You know, Daddy Dumpy Pants thought it'd be a good idea to set up a Venmo so the American people could help pay down the national debt. Well, far be it from me to tell you how to spend your money, but it seems like the people of the US of A are already paying down the national debt through their tax monies, honey. And if these billionaires and millionaires who want to donate something to the US of A, I guess you could say if they or Daddy actually cared about the US of A, maybe they would donate their money to that Venmo account to pay down the national debt, honey. But I guess these rich people only care about a room to party in. That's nothing new. Why, they price gouge you as you pay for all the tariffs, dear. And where is that tariff money anyway? I thought it was in the trillions today. But the government's still shut down and people are not getting paid. But Daddy gets a ballroom. Yes, an ark, a patio. You know. Ain't that something? Now on to the next cup of tea, because it has to do with the Frozen crew, you see. Apparently they cannot meet their quota as of late of new recruits. A third of the new recruits, 33% of the new recruits into ICE cannot meet the physical requirements, baby. And it's really sad, you see, because the physical requirements in order to be an ICE agent happen to be quite low. All they need to do is 15 push-ups. All they have to run is a mile, dear, and do 35 sit-ups. And 33% of the Frozen crew new recruits cannot do 15 push-ups, 35 sit-ups, and run a mile in 14 minutes. That's sad. On a bad day, I can do 50 push-ups. On a bad day, I can run a mile in 8 minutes. On a bad day, I can do 150 sit-ups in 2 minutes. I don't have a six-pack, by the way. I understand that I'm extra flexible, so sit-ups and push-ups are not hard for me, and I did run track back in the day, so taking off on a sprint and a run, that's second nature, hun. But either way, the Frozen crew apparently is a bunch of fatty dudes. Just like we thought
Fat
they
and
would be.
Snaggletooth.
Because, I mean, even Alonia Muskrat said it back in the day that the Red Hat crew are just a bunch of dumb fatties that love brew. Ain't that something? Turns out.
Queen Nicole, you're right. He should be sued, Donald Trump. The American people needs to sue Donald Trump. Queen Brett, we pretty much are. But we got to hang in there. We're going to come out on top. What the Bible says, the first should be last and the last will be first. Hang on to that tight as you can. Good evening, Peanut Butter Face. How you doing, beautiful? King Allen said Republicans are the only ones that voted on Epstein files. What? Marlene, you are making yourself look stupid. Okay. I'm praying, baby. Queen Brat, I'm praying. We're going to come out on top. Thank you, Peanut Butter. Thank you. I'm praying, y'all. We got to keep praying and we got to fight back. Call your senators. Share my video. Share other people's videos that are discussing Donald Trump and his criminal administration. Share as many videos as you can of ICE breaking the law. Do what you need to do to help us get ahead. I'm going to share something with you, and this is De Niro. He's going to be speaking. America, we got to fight back. Please help fight back.
One of the complaints we hear from a lot of people, especially voters, is that there's been sort of a failure of imagination from Democrats to take Trump seriously.
Well, they better take him seriously now. They better take him seriously.
Have you communicated your displeasure with anyone in the Democratic Party about the way they've handled Trump?
No, I like what Newsom has done because he's trolled him and he's fought fire with fire, and that's what you have to do. And he called him an invasive species, which is what he is. And so he's not. He's a thing that doesn't understand. Trump does not understand anything about humanity, people. He has no empathy. I don't know what he is, but he's an alien, and he wants to hurt this country. It's something deeply psychological in him. He wants to hurt people. He wants to hurt this country. He doesn't care. And what saddens me the most, upsets me the most, is that people follow him and they think and they kiss his ass, look up to him. And I don't understand it. I don't understand the people in his cabinet, some of the Rubio, how they can live with themselves after what they've allowed him to do and not stood up. Even walk out of the room when what they did with Zelensky the first time. Rubio, looking at his face, they got the camera on him. If he had balls, he would have walked out.
One of the complaints we hear from a lot of people, especially...
Queen Brat says, you think it's funny ripping families apart? It's sad and sick. And it is sad and sick. It disgusts me. When I showed y'all that video, that lady pregnant in her vehicle, and one of the ICE people with no teeth in the top of his mouth, that's MAGA. Pulled a weapon out on that lady, and she's pregnant. And MAGA do not find anything wrong with that. In the other video I showed y'all, this pregnant woman with her children in her van, ICE busting out their windows. Those children will be traumatized all of their life because of ICE and Donald Trump. Yes, Donald Trump is to blame for this. The orange fat buffoon is to blame for this. Donald Trump has traumatized everybody in America. He has traumatized everybody in other countries. Not only were there's a No Kings March in our country and all the states, there were no King Marches in other countries because Donald Trump has traumatized the entire world. And that is a fact. We're going to listen to some things about MAGA. MAGA is a terrorist group.
News: a January 6th insurrectionist who Donald Trump pardoned has been arrested for threatening to unalive Hakeem Jeffries at a public event in New York. His name is Christopher Moynihan, and he sent text messages about plans to eliminate Hakeem Jeffries. Here's what he had to say, quote, Hakeem Jeffries makes a speech in a few days in NYC. I cannot allow this terrorist to live. Going on to say, even if I am hated, he must be eliminated. I will unalive him for the future. This guy's, of course, not the first January 6th insurrectionist to spoil their pardon either. Zachary al-Awlal was arrested just a few weeks after he was pardoned for allegedly breaking and entering a Richmond, Virginia home. And Matthew Huddle was unalived at a traffic stop by police after allegedly raising a firearm at them. But did you notice what this guy said about Hakeem Jeffries? He called him a terrorist. A very interesting choice of words. That's the exact term that Kristi Noem, Donald Trump, Mike Johnson, Caroline Leavitt, and all those other people are describing the Democrats as. But this isn't about one man losing control. It's about a movement that's been radicalized by years of hate, lies, and permission.
It has been radicalized by Donald Trump and his cabinet. Yes, Hakeem Jeffries was being threatened by another crazy MAGA terrorist person. They're dangerous. Protect yourselves. I saw a comment. I was going to read it. Yes, there just may not be any Social Security checks next week. And they're cutting off anyone that gets food stamps November 1st. You may not get your food stamps. That's sad because it's a lot of people that are disabled, people that have children, they depend on that. And there's nothing wrong with them depending on them. Because in life, sometimes you just may need some help. Donald Trump is bringing us down so badly. This country is so embarrassed. It's a shame and a scandal what Donald Trump and his administration is doing to the American people. Fight back. I'm trying to see what else I want to show y'all. I'm going to show you this and we're going to get out of here, okay? I love y'all.
Trump started to tear down the White House. Oh, this is the wrong picture. This is when the White House was burned down in 1814. Sorry, here's the right picture here. This is the scene here today as the destruction of the White House began, where Trump could build a $250 million ballroom that is funded by private donors, which I just call
That's a lie.
bribes. That's right. And did he ask permission? Absolutely not. Is it probably illegal? Probably so, but when has that stopped him before? The $250 million ballroom will be added to the White House as military families stand in line for food, as SNAP benefits are set to run out next month, as families are struggling across America. This is how we're going to make America great again. He's also building some type of arch, so does this seem like a man who's getting ready to leave the office in a few years? Absolutely not. Just more disgusting behavior from Donald Trump, as he is obviously not concerned about working class Americans at all. He is desecrating the White House. He is doing it with bribes. And what can we do about it? Apparently, absolutely nothing, as it continues to happen under his presidency. And yet we will continue to sound the alarm. Hopefully everyone will wake up and realize this country is in trouble under Donald Trump. Wake up, people.
Wake up. This is life under Trump. Torture. Traumatized. And he just do it all over again and again and again every day. It's every day the same old BS of Donald Trump.
Pro-Nazi racist Republican group chat has leaked. Politico obtained text messages from Paul Ingrassia to a group of Republicans. Ingrassia is Trump's nominee to lead the Office of the Special Counsel. There he is. And for those who don't know, the Office of the Special Counsel is an independent agency responsible for investigating and prosecuting misconduct in the federal government. So it's a huge deal that a massive bigot would be in that position. He says Martin Luther King Jr. was the 1960s George Floyd, and his holiday should be ended and tossed into the seventh circle of hell. He then brags about having a quote-unquote Nazi streak. He says never trust a Chinaman or an Indian. By the way, this is the guy, again, that's going to be investigating federal misconduct if confirmed. And here he goes again. I said we're making Kwanzaa illegal in the next Trump administration. That was the gist of my tweet. No, and then that's a slur for black people. Holidays, from Kwanzaa to MLK Jr. Day to Black History Month to Juneteenth, every single one needs to be eviscerated. Don't just be mad about this, do something. This guy's confirmation hearing is this Thursday, so make sure to contact your senators now and tell them not to confirm Paul Ingrassia, a racist bigot. Another pro-Nazi...
Contact your local senator's office. He can't be sworn in. He hates black and brown people. Anybody's working in the government is supposed to be for the American people. The people, but they're not. Donald Trump and his cabinet is all about white power. And when they're that way, they actually have no power. They just comment. We're going to listen to this last video because I don't want to miss out on sharing this one, okay? She's right. Take a listen.
Israel controls the United States, and I meant it. How are you going to argue otherwise? Okay, almost every single lawmaker on the left or right does the bidding of
Hit
the
the
Israeli
like button,
government,
please.
either because they are legally bribed by AIPAC, or they're afraid that AIPAC is going to target them in some political campaign so they don't win re-election. I believe there's also a possibility of a blackmail operation. Yeah, I mean, we do anything and everything Israel wants. Why are the United States taxpayers tasked with paying for the bombs and the military of a foreign government when that foreign government had an economic surplus in 2021? The United States hasn't had an economic surplus since 2001. So yeah, our government is controlled by Israel. Israel controls the United
The Young Turks. She is from the Young Turks, and she's telling the truth. Netanyahu said himself that he controls America. He controls Donald Trump. He may be even tickling his fancy, but who would want to go in that funky depends and tickle that back end? Melania don't even want to touch him. Got a DL in the White House. Keep it on the down low. DL men all in that White House.
America right now feels like a punishment. You wake up already behind, you go to work just to stay broke, and you watch the cost of everything rise while your paycheck doesn't move an inch. Groceries are a luxury. Rent is robbery. Healthcare is a joke. And somehow we're the ones blamed for not budgeting better. People are working 2-3 jobs and still choosing between food or gas. Families are crammed into apartments because buying a house became a fantasy. You can't afford to get sick. You can't afford to rest. You can't afford to exist. But they keep telling us the economy is strong. Strong for who? Because it sure as hell isn't the people doing the work. We're out here treading water while billionaires build rockets, politicians trade stocks, and corporations raise prices just because they can. We were promised opportunity, we got survival. And what makes this worse is watching people blame themselves. Like somehow you failed because you can't afford a 1-bedroom anymore. Like you didn't do enough when the truth is the math just stopped adding up years ago. They told us to work harder, but never told us they'd change the finish line. This isn't a country full of lazy people. It's a country full of exhausted ones. Simple as that. Living in America right now feels
Drop the mic on that one, y'all. We got to drop the mic on that one. People are choosing between food and gas. People are choosing between feeding themselves and just feeding their children. That's what America is right now. It's just simply sad. We're going to take a listen to, I know I keep saying I'm going to stop, but we're going to listen to one more. We're going to get out of here, okay?
Take an oath to a country. We don't take an oath to a tribe. We don't take an oath to a religion. We don't take an oath to a king or a queen or to a tyrant or a dictator. And we don't take an oath to a wannabe dictator.
Mark Milley didn't mince words. He was drawing the line between democracy and dictatorship. The U.S. military does not serve a wannabe dictator. It serves the Constitution. Yet yesterday, Dumpy posted multiple videos claiming he's a king. In one, he was actually dumping shit on Americans, which was fitting. This is not performative. It's a test. The same man who tried to overturn an election is testing just how far he can go. He's already been charged with conspiracy to defraud the United States, obstruction, and election interference, and he's back in the White House telling us exactly what he plans to do. Steve Bannon is also spelling it out for us.
I think that there are many different alternatives that at the appropriate time after the midterms in 26, we will roll out. But I think there are many different alternatives to make sure that President Trump is on the ballot. And if he's on the ballot, he'll win.
We've had 10 years of this bullshit. At what point do we start taking them at their word? If democracy means anything, the will of the people must outweigh the will of one man. And Saturday's crowds made it crystal clear where the people stand. The truth is, his ass should have been removed from the White House on January 6, 2021, but it wasn't. So here we are. Therefore, I'm calling on Mark Milley and anyone who swore an oath to protect this country from a dictator to honor that oath. Let's fucking go.
We don't take an oath to a country.
We don't take an oath to a dictator. Donald Trump is a dictator. Donald Trump is a tyrant. Donald Trump is a dumb MFer.
Want to liquidate blacks. They want to dilute their ability to have voting power in these districts. And they're going to use the yoke of the 14th and 15th
This is
Amendment
one of
and
his
say, well,
ex-cabinet
we shouldn't have
members.
a racial test. And so a result of which we're going to unwind the racial test to make minorities harder to have power in these districts. And so these districts
Hit the like button.
then flip to the Republicans.
Please.
This is a vision. This is, hey, America, we have 27% of the registered voters. We are the minority party in this country, but we know how to game the system, Caddy, to turn ourselves into the tyranny of the minority.
Black people, you heard it from one of Donald Trump's ex-cabinet members that they trying to stop our vote. They can't stop us. If you couldn't stop us from getting ourselves out of slavery, you can't stop us. There's nothing that black people can't do. Right now, we're more educated than white people. Don't get offended. It's the truth. And the most educated in this country is the black woman. And Donald Trump hates it. He hates it. Well, the American people hate you, Donnie. I'm not going to go any further. I have so much more saved, but we'll be in here all night. And I can't do that tonight because I'm going to go eat my leftovers from dinner that I had at a restaurant earlier. So, y'all, I will see y'all tomorrow. I want to thank y'all for coming to my live. Without you, I can't have a channel. Please share my videos, share my shorts. Send me some of your friends and family members to watch my videos, okay? To watch my lives. Yvette, hi, Queen Yvette. How you doing, beautiful? Yes, we are unstoppable. Yes. Greg Fletcher, I don't know what you mean. Why, sir? I don't know what you mean. Thank you, King Chris Hillman. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Good night, E. Kors. Good night. I hope I'm not saying your name wrong. I apologize if I'm in. If I am, I apologize. Thank you. Peanut Butter Face. Okay, Queen Peanut Butter Face. I apologize. Thank each and every last one of y'all. I will see you tomorrow. I love you. I will go live much earlier tomorrow, okay? I will go live much earlier tomorrow. Thank you, King Chris Hill. Thank you. Thank you for blessing me. But I will see you all tomorrow. God loves you. I love you. Hello, Queen Yvette Lewis. Thank you. Yay. Thank you so much. I will see y'all tomorrow, which it may be tomorrow for some other people already, but here in the States and in Atlanta, we still on Tuesday. But I will go live much earlier, okay? I love you guys. God loves you. I love you. Stay blessed and much more prosperity in your life, okay? I see you. Good night. Bye.